Hey guys, it's David here. Welcome to another Devotional Saturday. Man, it is getting cold out there. We had storms today. I didn't really see them. I was busy at work, but busy. And yeah, I guess they blew through. Tornadoes are around. It was pretty cool, I guess. I don't know, but it's fall weather, and that's usually what it does. Luckily, no trees were blown down in my yard because then I have to go cut them up. But yeah, I'm loving the cold weather. It's great, guys. So today's devotional is going to be from Thoughts from the Diary of a Desperate Man by Walter Henrichsen. And this is a powerful one too. I usually use my other book, The Turning Points with God, but this really makes you think as well. And today's devotional is titled Parable of the Vineyard. And it is one of my favorite parables that Jesus tells in Scripture. So this is from Matthew chapter 20, verses 12 through 14. These last worked only 1 hour, and you have made them equal to us, who have borne the burden of the day in a scorching heat. But he replied to one of them, Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take what belongs to you and go. I choose to give to this last as I give to you. So 3 factors determine what pay an employee receives: the amount of time invested, if paid by the hour, the ability of the employee, and the profit he brings to the company. Reward in the kingdom of heaven is determined by faithfulness to opportunity rather than by any of these 3. In the parable, the owner selected people to work in the vineyard at various times of the day. The owner decided when the laborer entered. God decides how long each person spends in his vineyard. At the end of the day, each was paid the same amount. James and John, the sons of Zebedee, were 2 of Christ's disciples. James was the first to die at the hand of Herod, and his brother John, in all probability, was one of the last of the disciples to die. John spent about 60 years longer in God's vineyard than his brother James. If the length of time each spent in the vineyard determined their wage, then James was punished for being a martyr. God distributes in unequal amounts certain gifts, abilities, and opportunities. The sickly person with a few gifts who dies early is not handicapped in the economy of God. Your reward in heaven will not be determined by what God gave you, but by what you do with what God gave you and why you do it. And that was just great. And I love that parable too, because it really makes you think. People will say, hey, well, this person in their life, they just give themselves to the Lord. They put their trust in Jesus and they get in. It's like, yeah, but they got to truly mean it with all their hearts. But the point is that that reward, whether we are 5 years old, we trust in Jesus, or whether we're 80 years old and we trust in Jesus, we get the same reward. We get into God's kingdom, which is awesome, which we all want to do. Okay? Well, most of us. But but what we do with that time spent, like it says here, that's what matters. So what are you guys doing with your time? Are you spending it for God's kingdom, or are you lazing around, not doing too much for it? And a quick example is I was passing out these Christian books. Is by Ray Comfort and Tom Hammond, and it was 2-in-1 books. And I was going to see my cousin, and gonna go shopping. And I had about 15 minutes. I'm thinking, what should I do with my 15 minutes of my time? I thought I'll just stay home, and just relax a little bit. But I felt prompted by the Lord, no, go. So I thought, okay. So I went, and I was being obedient to Him. The second house I got to, some lady started yelling and screaming at me, "Get that out of here! I don't want it!" And man, what a way to bust your confidence. So I'm like, oh, okay, what's this, the book? Want to read it? No, get it out of here. I'm like, okay. So then I continued on, kind of shot down. But then later, I came across a guy. I gave him a book. He's interested in it. And then we talked for a little bit. He parted ways and said, hey, pray for me. And I asked him what's going on. And he said he just lost his job. So I was able to pray for him right then and there. Gave him a gospel track as well. And, then we parted ways. But it was amazing how using that time, for God's kingdom. I don't know what's going to happen with that guy. Don't know what's going to happen with that lady who's yelling at me. But we got to be obedient, and we got to do things for God's kingdom with the time He has given us. So what are you doing with your time, guys? That's what you really need to think about. Are you spending more time on worldly things? Or are you spending more time on godly things? Think about that, okay, the rest of this week. All right, that's all I got for you today. And actually, it's my mom's birthday. So, Mom, happy birthday. I love you. All right, guys. Till next time, love y'all. Peace. I'm out.